Hello, folks. We are getting started just a little bit early once again. I've been finding a little bit more time early in these evenings, so it's easier to start early and get this show on the road. Good to see everyone. We are pretty much the same place we were last time when we started, over at the Rahotep camp in the Desert of Ro. Only changed since last time is I killed one more Rahotep. Didn't really get anything useful out of him, but I took all my loot and I went back and sold. So I've got 37 plat here. And I put some training points into evocation. I put 20 points into blacksmithing. I was thinking about doing some banded today, or working towards it. And I realized I didn't know where all the shit was in Freeport to do banded, because it's on like 5 different merchants. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe once I get like 100 plat banked up, if I still need some slots, I can work on banded. Right now, it looks like there is no Rahotep up, but that's fine. We have a pretty cool method to spawn Rahotep pretty easily, I think. He can spawn as a PH for literally any of these spawns here. Man, Ward Undead still sucks. Still hard to resolve, at least. Just gonna gather up all this junk as much as we can safely and run it to the guards. And by the time we get back to camp, it will have respawned. And there's a pretty good chance that we'll have a Rahotep up just like that. Yeah, Alvaz, it's a good spot, man. Gynock, easy. Easy day. I don't even know if there's any Rahotep lore. Don't want to outrun all these. What do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go guard Stoutman and Brendel. Oh, that's right. I don't think they kill like zombies for some reason. Time to die, a crypt mummy. The guards really hate mummies, but they see this zombie attacking a citizen. They're like, eh, no big deal. Oh, he was a roamer? A rare roamer back then, huh? Yeah, now he's just ultra common. The respawn at that camp is so fast. With him being able to be a PH for all of them, it's just nuts. I mean, my DPS is super bad, so I think this is truly the more effective way to train the PHs, also the guards. But if you have like a normal group, you just burn through that. I imagine on Mischief launch, some smart groups got here early and like sat here and got a ton of cool loot. Especially since early on loot was a little bit wonky and they were dropping like Dragons of Norath loot. I'm JJ, good to see you. Yeah. Was that the launch where Bobby dressed as like Shrek? He had like face paint and stuff on. My group was blitzing that launch. Like I think we had like 2 Soul A names before level 30. At least high 20s. Then once we got into that gnome fort, we just had mountains of loot. Oh no. I just cleared all these out. Oh, I'm stuck in the chat window here. I'll kill the easy ones. Demarest, what up, what up, what up? You know, when I logged in, that gentleman sent me a tell, and he was like, hey, it's you. Like, I came here because I watched your YouTube video, and you talked about this camp. And I was like, yeah, oh snap. Like, you know, YouTube's like 2 episodes behind the Twitch stream right now. But the last stream ended with me at this camp. And he agreed to share the camp with me. Oh, there we go. I assume Maximilian in chat, you are the same Maximilian in game. Whoa, 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 whoa. Zombie, get out of here. Or crypt mummy, whatever you are. Alright, let's go. All of you. Music feels a little low to me right now. Very true. Yeah, Max was here like half hour ago when I logged in. Max, do you have a main on Mischief, or are you just kind of like messing around? Where'd they go? Did I lose them? Oh no, there they are. Time to die, a crypt mummy. Dude, I could totally die over here. What if he resists 5 fears in a row? And then I have to blow lay on hands and 2 bottles of Drake breath. What if he fears into a sand giant? That's where you really get fucked. LOL. I wonder if last time we were here there was like a rare spawn bonus because of the holiday. I'm like a little surprised that I haven't seen a Rahotep already. I don't know if these outside spawns can even pop as a Rahotep. Right, shoot dang. I wish the guards were a little bit closer. If this was like a launch week, you know what I mean, and there was like 100 people in here, it would get really gnarly with the sand giants, because like early in a server, like those first 2 days, no one can kill sand giants, so they kill all the other spawns, which means every time a sand giant spawns, it monopolizes that spawn for a while, and you eventually get like 20 sand giants in both of the zones. Same with hill giants in common lands. Basically every spawn that can spawn a giant does eventually spawn a giant and just sits there for like a day or 2, maybe 3 days. Yeah, this North Row sucks. Nah, sadly Dorn is not a rare creature. But I think he can still drop a Dragoon Dirk. I got 3 zombies over here. $39 evocation, not enough to cast a level 1 cleric nuke. Dornby don't. Yeah, the problem right now is like my DPS is just ultra low. I need like a real weapon before we can really mess with anything too serious, you know? Like either we just hit 20 and go with a deep water harpoon, or we get something better. One-handed. Wonder if I slash yell if they'll assist. Negative. What? Dude. Spin stun? I don't think I was moving. Like I wasn't touching my left and right keys, and I didn't have right mouse button clicked. So how did I get spin stunned? You should only get spin stunned if a stun hits you while you're panning your camera around. No. It's a trick, Nuker. I moved my buffs over slightly because I noticed that we couldn't see it. OBS is a little tricky. Because I'm playing in windowed mode, I have this white EverQuest bar on the top, which means I have that black bar on the bottom where the chat is. And for whatever reason, it also wants to like to make that bar as small as possible. I have to like put a little bit of the screen off and expand it bigger than it normally would be, if that makes sense. The viewport. I wish someone would have yelled at me last time so I could have just like fixed it right away. Dude, how did this guy get the name Gangster? It's a really good name. Yeah, so can you tell me a bit about Evercraft, Nuker? I'm kind of interested in it. I saw Alpha Blue playing it, and I mean, it does look interesting, but I think the viewers who watch my stream are already probably annoyed with how often I switch between different EverQuest shit, so I don't have the goodwill built up to go try a different game that is like only sort of EQ related. But it's like Minecraft, right? Interesting. Is it solo or is it MMO? How do I not hear about these things? EverQuest is like 30% of my life. Dang. Wish I knew about it so I could have like taken a day and done that power grind. Dude, the skeleton had to take this weird ass angle and aggro that zombie. Oh, is it still an alpha? When is the official release? It's always so hard to tell with alphas. Some games are like, yeah, we're gonna be an alpha forever, and like, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna do like 3 years of straight alpha, and the game is going to be like totally played and solved while we're all in alpha. Other games are like, yeah, we're going to be in alpha for a month, and then we're launching or going to beta. Well, it's good that it's at least good content. More than I can say for some games. How many zones are available? Do they even have zones, or is it just like one big seamless kind of world? Seamless, nice. Can you like dig in the environment like you can in Minecraft? Rahotep, spawn. Please. No digging. There's a huge null fort under the snow mountain. That's pretty insane. That sounds cool. I think the last non-EverQuest game I played that gave me like a real EQ feel was can't even remember the name of it now. It was that game where you're just like building shit and getting attacked by the forest. There's different biomes. Came out of nowhere and everyone loved it. Was not an MMO though. What is it called? Valheim. Yeah, Valheim gave me that EQ feel. Have you guys ever played Kenshi? Kenshi is like one of my favorite games ever. It's maybe my favorite non-EverQuest game. It's definitely up there. It's like a really challenging game that's very brutal, doesn't hold your hand at all, which is like the best part of it. Same feels, yeah. Froglock, what is up? Is it too late to start Mischief? Worried about heroes, AAs, or random clickies? No, I don't think it's too late to start at all. For one thing, the random clickies are all tradable and can be traded to you to click them for like passive AAs. But no, we're in like, what is today, the 6th? In 8 days, Mischief is going to have mercenaries unlock, which makes it the best time to start. You get a merc, you can solo as much as you want with a mercenary, either a tank or a cleric merc, you know. And the EXP is super fast, loot is plentiful. You can get like 1 tier away from best in slot raid gear for very cheap. So you pretty much, for a relatively minimal investment, can walk in like raid ready, unless you want to be a raid tank. Yeah, Wonders, September 14. Yeah, dude, a cleric, you can show up naked. Guilds will just do anything to get clerics. Early on, cleric is good with mercs because the warrior merc is super powerful. I mean, I guess like 1 to 60 mercs just wreck everything. Miko, I can't be on for launch. I'll be on for Underfoot launch though, so I'm gonna be missing this one. The team's got to go without me. They do not relax True Box on Mischief. Honestly, almost any class is pretty good to pair with a merc. you can only have one merc, but you can choose the type of merc. Like you can have a healer merc, you can have a DPS merc, you can have a tank merc, and your healer and your DPS can be varied. Like I'm pretty sure you can get a shaman mercenary, you can get caster or melee mercenaries. Fat Matt, what's up, what's up? And like when I say you can only have one, you can only have one at a time. You can always just get a different one, you know what I mean? And you no longer have to do quests to level up your mercs or anything like that. So it's just, it couldn't really be much easier. If you FD, do they get wrecked and die? I don't think so. I've never really tried to like exploit it, but the 1 through 60, the mercs pretty much 1v1 anything of appropriate level. You could probably duo Nagafin with a merc. Why are guilds always needing? They're not, I mean, there's a bunch of reasons, really. It's not a flashy class. You know what I mean? There's not like a lot of glory. Like people want to, there's something visceral about punching a mob in the face. You know what I mean? Like this is what you think of when you think of the game. You're like, okay, I want to go, like you're a kid, right? You think, I want to go fight dragons and stop bad guys. You don't think, usually, I want to stand in the back and heal heroes. You know what I mean? And I think that's a huge part of it. Ethos, what's up, what's up? On the EQ3 rumor mill, I put 0 stock into it until I hear more concrete data. It would be characteristic of like EverQuest's history for them to take a bunch of money that EverQuest is making and use it to fund a different game that is not EverQuest. So, I mean, wouldn't surprise me, I guess, but I just don't see it right now. Hey, my pleasure, Froglock. Nice Twitch name, by the way. Yeah, clerics are a feast or famine class too, and it feels bad either way. Like, if you have a ton of clerics, then it just feels like, what am I even doing here, right? Because you don't have anything to do. If you don't have enough clerics, you're like sweating every night, you know what I mean? It's just like a struggle. If people die, you feel bad. There's too many people for you to heal. Keeping that balance is tough. Yeah, Pop came out like 2 years ago. Is that London Gamer? Is that what that is? LNDN? Yeah, CH is like a long past its prime. Never pretty much used. We're entering Seeds of Destruction, which is like, I don't know, 10 expansions after Pop. After Pop, what do we have? I don't count Eldon really in this, but we had Gates, Omens, DON, DODH, Prophecy of Ro, TSS, The Buried Sea, Secrets of Fadewar. So SOD will be the 9th expansion after Pop. 10th if you count Eldon. 11th if you count Legacy of Ukesha. By the way, Miko, it's good to see you. Both Mikos. This guy's kind of beating me up here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Froglock, thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. You rock. Yeah, I think if you're gonna, like, if you were gonna start over and make an MMO day one or like redo EQ from the get-go, you would want to basically take clerics and make them really overpowered to ensure that people have a strong desire to play them. Like battle clerics should be the standard. Like clerics should be able to stand there and melee. They shouldn't be like a melee DPS, and they shouldn't be a real tank, but they should be able to stand toe to toe. Like they have the plate armor already, and they should have some pretty decent nukes. I know they technically are already there. You know what they need? They need a way to do their core job while also doing other shit, like either damage like feeds their heals or something. Because like I've soloed on a cleric to like 50, so I know that cleric nukes are actually really dope, and clerics on current EQ or TLP even are really powerful. But people just don't identify them that way. And if you play as a battle cleric in a guild or in a raid, people are like, you know, you're playing suboptimally. You need to be able to like hurt the monster while contributing to your core thing, which is healing. That's a puzzle for a game designer to figure out, but that's just my thought on the whole matter. To make it more appealing, to attract more people to a class. Yeah, Blood Mage from Vanguard, exactly, pretty much like that. I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, but Shadow Priest sounds kind of like it, yeah. What is this? This is the second one of these I've seen drop. Is it just like a global zone drop? Theory. Thanks for the follow. Raslon, hello, hello. Well, the thing is, like, you need a healer in every group, both in raids and in group content, right? So it doesn't even have to just be clerics. I think they actually do a pretty good job with like the druid, but because you have the cleric there, people are like, why would, you know, like, people don't want well-rounded groups. When you build raids and when you build groups, you say, okay, like, what do I want each slot in this group to do? And how do I find, like, what is the best in that thing? So you say, I need a tank. What is the best tank? In our case, the best tank is an enchanter pet. Okay, great. Then you say, I need DPS. What is the best DPS for each slot? And then, again, the answer is an enchanter pet. So you get a bunch of them. And then you say, I need a healer to keep all those pets alive. And what is the best healer? It's the cleric. So even though the druid could do more damage, it is a safer bet, you know what I mean, to have just the classes that are really tightly pigeonholed. So like a druid can do a lot of damage and can heal very well, but a cleric heals better. A shaman brings slow to the table. So the druid, the fact that they can damage is cool, but it's just not what you're looking for from that slot in the group. It's not what you want. So you would probably pick the cleric. And the druid always just suffers from the comparison to the cleric. People will be like, oh, they're just a bad cleric. They're like, yeah, but they could do all these nukes and shit. And you're like, yeah, but like every other class that can nuke is a better nuker than a druid. And every class that can heal is a better healer than a druid. So no matter what I want, the druid is never the optimal choice. Now, in reality, we don't do like 5 or 4 mages in groups because you would get too far behind the curve early on. You know what I mean? Charm pets don't come online until like 11 or 12. And by then, the mage crews would be too far ahead. They would monopolize camps. And having 4 charm pets in a zone usually means that you're cutting out too much of your EXP mobs. Too many of your EXP mobs per like cycle of pulls. You know, you end up losing too much value. But you guys all get what I'm saying. You look for a role, you grab the absolute best thing for that role. And it's the same thing with raids. If you're building the perfect classic raid, right? Or, yeah, I mean, we'll go with classic. Like, if you're building the perfect classic raid, you don't have any rogues in it. Like, we have rogues in our guilds because people just want to play rogues, and you're like, well, no reason not to take the rogue, I suppose. We're not going to be full. But they're not the optimal melee DPS class, so it's just like, what are you doing with them? You know what I mean? Someone's got to loot all that rogue-only loot, so bring those rogues along, I suppose. Yeah, that's exactly what sucks, Chinchilla. So when you expand the roles of those healing characters, because healing characters are often looked at as like the most boring characters in games, even in tabletop Dungeons and Dragons, they had to make clerics like super powerful. You know what I mean? Because no one wants to just have their role be, I wait for someone to be hurt and then I heal them. Most people don't. Rather, so, you know, some people, that is what they like. So you got to make it so that while fulfilling your specialty, you are in some way engaging with the enemy in a fun way, and it enhances rather than distracts from your core function. It's got to be the way it rolls. I missed a lot of chat during my rant there. I assume you guys are all agreeing with me. Frank, what is up? Oh, I forgot. Freeport Cards loves zombies. Razlon, I'm on Mischief server. Yeah, I get that druids can charm, but they can usually only, like, it's a limited charm because it has to be animals. And most of the places where you want to level don't have great charm opportunities for them. You can charm a bat in Soul B. You can charm a croc in Guck. But these end up being narrow, relatively narrow level bands. You know what I mean? What do you, like, TLP? Let's just strictly talk TLP meta because we're on TLPs right now. The best Zem in Classic that you can actually go to and really do is Soul A. What do druids charm in Soul A? What level do druids get their first charm in the first place? You know what I mean? Because, like, if you're running through the Karanas and leveling in, like, what is the old school druid route, you're just not going to cut it. And a big thing that druids suffer from is the whole leveling style that the druid was kind of built around in the old days has been made suboptimal on TLPs. Like, soloing sucks. Leveling outside of dungeons sucks. And that was like the bread and butter. Like, people on TLPs don't kite. You don't kite anything. I ranted about healers in gaming, Frank, and how, like, any class that is like non-specialized sucks. They ended up adding things to the non-specialized classes later in EQ that make you want, like, one of them in your raid, you know what I mean? Like, druids have, like, attack debuffs or things that make your casters do more damage. You're like, okay, so we need one of those. We need one druid for our caster group, you know what I mean? We need one to cast the attack debuff. We need one beast lord to do their MGB Paragon and to do their attack debuff. And it's just not the same. Like, how many monks do you need in the TLP guild? How many can you get? You know what I mean? How many can you fit in the raid? That's pretty much how many you want. If you built the perfect TLP raid force for like classic through Velius, it would be like, I don't know, 4 warriors, 4 clerics, 9 bards, 5 shaman, and the rest of them would be monks. You could make some cases that, like, oh, in Plane of Hate, you want to charm the gargoyles, and in Nagman's Lair, you just want to charm imps and LDCs for better DPS. Like, I get it, but you know what I'm talking about. You just want 40 monks enough shaman and bard to keep your monks shamaned and barded, and then enough tanks to have a to have a defensive rotation that never ends, and healers to keep them alive, and that's it. You have one friend who's got an enchanter leveled up so that they can show up when you need enchanters, because enchanters are like, oh no, we literally cannot do this fight without an enchanter. Like, okay, good thing we have the enchanter, and then like the enchanter does their thing, and then you're like, okay, go back in your hole. Imp is done. Be gone with you. Oh, baby, look at that. Don't DPS race me, Maximiliano. I'm just kidding. That's a PGT in my boy's hand right here. Yeah, you know what? Actually, since the like mob body type rework, I wonder if druids are really slept on right now, because they could probably charm spiders and beetles and all that other shit. 50 for rangers, 27 minutes of weapon shield. Even now, enchanter, I mean, maybe even worse now. Like, going into Seeds of Destruction, you're like, okay, what classes do we actually need? You're like, well, we need an enchanter because Mind Shear. Okay. Here's your one enchanter. Maybe two enchanters to really trivialize it. But you don't really, like, they're there, and they're just filling that role for that critical moment where, like, you need an enchanter and nothing else will do. And then after that, it's just kind of like, I don't know what they do. Mana Flare. Buff. They obviously have contributions, but it's like, is their contribution better than like some other meta class when you're in a raid event that does not require any specific enchanter abilities? Are they better than the 19th monk? And if you're like the traditional TLP guild that also has basically no caster DPS in the late game, then it's like the answer just becomes like super no, right? And I feel bad for that, you know what I mean? I feel bad for enchanters, because you come in and like every TLP server you start early on, your raid has like 80 enchanters in it. Look, he's proccing this stupid PGT, and I'm having to beat through his like rune on it. You have like 80 enchanters because they're so powerful, and then by pop you have like 5 enchanters in your guild. A lot of guilds on Mischief that I've talked to have 1 or 0 main enchanters. Like, they literally have to bring out a box enchanter for enchanter critical events. You know, Rahotep, I'm a little worried about you running to the guards and getting yourself killed with this PGT in your hand. Holy shit, I need to... You know what? Let's see if I can resolve this. Oh my gosh, he's trucking me. I'm gonna stand back here and just like heal a few times. What do I normally play on raids? I play a warrior or a cleric lately. And as you could see, I play like 2 classes that you always need, right? Like, since 1999, warrior has always been necessary for raids. Cleric has always been on, you know what I mean? They've never been replaced. They never will be. Some people could argue like, oh man, you know, classic raids don't even need warriors. Like, okay, whatever. It's like such a trite point. People would suggest that Shadow Knights are better tanks in classic because they can tank without swinging and therefore don't have to eat repost damage, which is probably true. Warriors get like a flat 5% mitigation bonus or some shit. But you get what I'm saying with the warrior thing. I think that is a PGT. In fact, I know it's a PGT because he's proccing it quite annoyingly. Telling you, man, you play a cleric. I mean, you will always be high need everywhere forever. I think late game clerics run into problems not in raids but in group content, where it's like everyone has a box cleric Still on that Rahotep grind, ominous. I mean, Mana Flare is not a large portion of the raid DPS if you have 40 monks. I'm interested in like what your raid composition is, Zesty. I know right now Faceless has a lot more caster DPS than is like normal for this late in the game. Was it hard, MJJ, or was it easy? I'd have to check. I think we have like 3 Zerkers. Less Berserkers than I would expect. Where? Oh, okay. We have some really good rogues in the guild. And now people are like in EQ, especially on TLPs, people are way more averse to main swapping. Like if you've gotten the Force of Nature achievement, you don't want to main swap. That shit takes a long time. If you spent like 2 weeks grinding out Force of Nature, getting 10,000 of like each kill type on your monk, you're not going to main change to a necro unless you like are a true no lifer. You know what I mean? It's just a shit ton of work. And you're going to add more things to that. Like, are you going to main change after you get your Artisan's Prize? There's so many milestones that make people feel that way. Like, I just did my 2.0. I just got my Bic. Just got Force of Nature. Just got Mega Death. Show me the loot. Spicy. Mystical Claws of JoJo. Okay, I would have been happy with that. But we got the PGT. And what is this? Large ringmail sleeves. I'll take it. I guess Granix Mucktail had some ringmail sleeves on that roll. And now we cure disease and rest. Bam! I am significantly less effective because I don't have this incredible Bane damage. Or any one-hand slashing skill. I don't know, Necros are about to be really good. But yeah, I mean, like, if the higher your DPS is, the worse Necros are. That's always kind of like a sad catch-22 for Necros. Ooh, does it overwrite Yalp? That's a good question, Nuker. I'm not sure. Yes, Locket. It is significant. If background FPS is low, or even just not the same, sometimes when you're like walking and your characters are auto-following you, they'll do this weird thing where they just start like running in a circle around you. It looks real weird. I wish he had a Cloak of Shadows. I don't know if it's Rahotep or if it's Taskmaster that can drop the Cloak of Shadows. Nuker, you just have to... Come on, young Puma, get out of here. You have to change your background FPS. Increase it to max, or set it to whatever your current FPS cap is. I'll show you in the options here. Now, emulators might be different because they're client, but we go to advanced. My max background FPS is 59, and for some reason my max FPS is 66 here, so let's put this to 60 or 59. There we go, boom. Now this is what my FPS cap is like right now while I'm dialed in. Background is like when I'm tabbed out. So since you're going to be tabbed out on your boxes if you're playing on like TAC P or something, you need to have that background FPS match your max FPS on this, and they should perform the same. But if you're playing true box and you're using like just a piece of shit laptop, it can be a real problem, because like maybe that laptop can't run the game, you know what I mean, above 30 FPS. And then like, do you really want to dial your main computer down to 30 FPS so that your boxes auto follow normally? It's questionable. Fart Nugget, what is up? Cloak of Shadows drops from the Guano Harvester, right? What level is he? For some reason I was thinking he's like level 12. $17. Yeah, he could drop the Cloak of Shadows or the large soiled bag. For me, it helps to have that background FPS set to the same even when I'm not boxing, because like when you're streaming, if you tab out to fuck with chat or something, chat will be like, dude, why are you lagging so much? You know what I mean? If it's set to minimum, because suddenly you drop down to like 5 FPS because you're setting up a poll in Twitch or something. That's awesome, Nuker. What is my dex? 75 dex. I'll never proc this thing. I think when I made this character, I didn't look at my starting stats, so my shit is fucked. Do we think I could tag that sand giant and make it to the guards before he killed me? I don't think anyone thought you were lying, Nuker. I think Fat Matt was talking about people being like, "Oh, why is your game lagging? Because your background FPS is low when you're tabbed out." Yeah, no, he was talking about when I said like, if I tab out with my max background FPS set to minimum to interact with chat, they'll be like, "Why is the game lagging?" Did I proc this? Your surge of strength fades. That's just y'all fade. It feels really weird that I slash for 12 so much. I think I should be slashing for 13 a lot, right? It should be like base damage times 2 plus 1. If you slide it all the way to unlimited, it messes with your ability to like you'll get stuck in shit. Your jumping is different. As soon as this dies, I'll show you. Let's jump here. I don't know if you guys can perceive it, but you do not jump as high when your FPS is really high. And like if you're in the water trying to swim out, like a common thing would be like trying to swim out of the secret tunnel in Kanos Aqueducts, Kanos Catacombs in North Kanos area to get out of there. You'll just be stuck. You actually have to turn your FPS down to be able to escape it. And then for Twitch, it's like, no matter what my frame rate is in game, it's going to get throttled to 60 on screen. Yeah, Zesty, but like, my goal is to never be an MPG, so. If I could, I would just delete Murdermite Proving Grounds. Like, oops. Forgot to back it up. That's crazy, dude. What do you like about it? I've never met someone who liked it before. Oh, look. Yawp and Berserker Strength stack, actually. That's what I'm talking about. Still only do 12 damage max with 105 strength. Womp womp. Man, look at those one-hand slashing skill ups, baby. Let's go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's not great. I really don't like Omes of War personally. It just feels so terrible on TLPs. Like, I get back in the day it was actually really good, but Anguish in particular has just been nerfed into the dirt. Like, you blitz through Anguish every night, or every raid night so easily. There's not even an ounce of challenge. Even if you don't even click the masks on OMM, it barely feels like a challenge. All the mechanics don't matter. You ignore all the mechanics on Jelvin, just blitz through them. Kel'Davan, you just pull him somewhere dumb and it doesn't matter. Hanvar is a fight where, like, you go grab a sandwich, wait for his HP to unlock. That's actually a good idea. Do they drop medium bronze? Yeah, Tur is fun. Only because he's like so big and ramps. The thing we used to do with Tur is pull him to Hanvar and do Hanvar and Tur at the same time. DPS Tur whenever Hanvar's locked. I always think this guy's name is Benadryl. I mean, maybe it would be worth it to go get some bronze armor. How rare is it? Card fentanyl. Yeah, I'm sure Faceless will enjoy it. I loved TSS. TSS was a super fun time. Those raids were great. I think Lethar is one of my favorite raid fights, actually. There's nothing like watching the raid when you've got a brand new tank on Lethar who's never done it before. It's really good. Just watching like 15 people get blitzed. Right, MJJ. Oh, right. Like, it's crazy because, like, you remind people every single time before the fight. Like, this is how the DT works. Hover over the DT, see which one you have. Tell people to cure or not cure. Clerics, don't click your epics. And, like, somebody always does it wrong. You're like, hey, man, it's week 8 of the expansion. We did this twice on test. You have done this raid 10 times. Every time we've ever done it, it's been explained. Could you please stop fucking up? Rhetorical question. They cannot stop. But that's okay. It's a video game. We're just here to have fun. I need to lull that dude, otherwise he'll get in the way here. Utility, detrimental, calm, lull. Oh, don't even do this, skeleton. Don't even do it. I see you want to. The cleric epic I can get, at least because it's like a trained habit. You know what I mean? No, wrong spell. Oops. Almost just feared him. Yeah, the cleric epic, I assume clerics have beat it into themselves by that point. Click the epic, click the epic, click the epic. And if you're like, if you've gotten to the point where he's like on farm, it's relatively easy. You can kind of let your guard down, you know what I mean? And then you just click it and you're like, oh shit. That's when you just slash Q and say, I don't know what's happening, I crashed. Slaz's like, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Can rogues even equip Blade of Carnage? I don't even... I would never let... I would, like, you know, it's just crazy to think about them bidding on one regardless, but... I'm used to rangers crying about it. Spook the dead. Spooky. Oh, shit, he resisted it. Round 2. Spooky. All right, chat. What do we think Rahotep has? Nice. Trash Panda. Trachodon is such a cool dragon. He's got rabies. He does indeed. He's juking me right now. Don't do that, Rahotep. Don't do that. Don't. It's too late. I can't get the lull off. That was stupid. You just go away. I need to play Evercraft. I've got so much to do. I need to beat New Game ++ on Armored Core. I need to continue to work and live my life. I need to... How the hell do my buffs have 30 seconds left already? I need to play Evercraft. I need to play Starfield. I need to play BM3. I need to play Zelda. I need to play some other game. Can't remember the name of now. LOL, right? Well, hello, Crypt Mummy. Goodbye, Crypt Mummy. Spooky time. Interrupted. Go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did it wear off that fast? At this point, I often tell myself, like, once I retire, I will play through these games. You know what I mean? And it's not even like, the worst part is the list is growing on both ends. Like, cool new games are coming out that I want to play, and then I'm like, man, it's been 10 years. I could really go for another run through Final Fantasy VII. You cannot see your target. There is a tiny little hill in the way. Alright, Rahotep, if I fear you, will you go in the exact same direction that that guy went in? Absolutely, you will. There's people with over 1 million HP raid buffs. Don't run through this thing, okay? Alright, you. Don't even come over to me. I can't see my target. I can't see my target because it's a little ledge. Go. Rahotep, you come over here. Lay on hands. You better have something good, Rahotep. I don't want to see some bullshit. Drum roll. More percent. Oh, okay, that's okay. That's okay. I think this is better AC. What? It's really only one item though. That feels bad. This is better AC, but no magic resist. Screw it, baby. It looks a lot cooler. Oh, no light source. This is from the spiders in Upper Guck. What was that other game that came out? That was a lot like EQ. It launched. It's not even an alpha anymore. Shit. Everyone said like, hey, there's not enough content. They were forced to like launch early pretty much. No, it came out like last year. Ashes of Creation. Dark Age of Camelot. I like Daok. Daok's fun. It just doesn't have the longevity that EQ does, and too many Euros play it. No offense if you're listening to this and you're European. Embers Adrift. Yeah, Embers Adrift. That's what it was. Embers, Ashes. You can see where I got confused. That game looks super fun. Yeah, it just wasn't ready for the prime time. It's crazy because, like, I never heard of it. You know what I mean? Maybe I heard of it, but there's just so many other, like, shovelware MMOs in development. Ashes of Creation, Camelot Unchained, random shit like that, that I just, like, heard the name and thought nothing of it. Star Citizen. Yeah, I loved Siege Warfare in Daok. It was really great. Yeah. The Lazy Lions said, I'm surprised you have time to be in Twitch chat. What with all the griefing you're doing on Project Quorum beta? Aren't you busy kiting every mob in the game. I'm just kidding, of course. I remember on my server on Daok, we had a person in mid, I think, named Echoic. And it was like a boxer. It's like a 7 boxer or 8 boxer. It's like one of the people who makes you run fast, and then a bunch of the same caster that would just like drop their AEs, kill everybody. How many hours has it taken you to hit 28? Have you swarm kited the entire leveling run so far? Embers Adrift was originally Saga of Lucimia, so they rebranded, launched again, and it still wasn't done? Honestly, Embers Adrift is 10 times better as a name, right? When I see Saga of Lucimia, I assume it's like some weeaboo shit and give it not even a second of additional thought. Saga of Lucimia sounds a lot like Tales of Symphonia or some shit to me, you know what I mean? Exactly. Oh, was it? Interesting. Well, then it's a perfect name. So it's a Sand Giant Elite. It's like an aftermarket Sand Giant. Giants run at Spirit of Wolf speed pretty much, right? Definitely faster than me. Dervish Cutthroat. Should have buffed myself. I'm an idiot. Last time I played Pantheon, I think, was when I streamed it, and I had a lot of fun. I hope to stream it again one day. I might have missed it, Lion's Den. How many hours did it take you to get to level 28 on the Bard? I mean, Frank, the game doesn't really have to come out for me to stream it again. You know what I mean? I heard my stream was very well received. Have we heard anything if beta EXP rates reflect launch EXP rates, or is it going to be significantly slower? A Dune Tarantula. Any game that's in development that I hope one day releases, I try to ignore everything about it, because it just feels bad to sit there like day after day checking something and seeing like a glacially slow progression. And that's like single player games. Like I don't even check, like, From Software is like my current favorite game dev. I don't check what they're doing. I heard about Armored Core like 3 weeks before it came out, and I was like, oh, that's great. Can't wait. For all I know, Dark Souls 5 could drop tomorrow. I guess 4. What is this? Get this out of here. What I wanted was a Dervish Cutthroat ring. My comrades will avenge my death. They're not even KOS to me, bro. I could stand in that tent and they'll get along with me. I can't even keep up with the pace of the updates. Line stem. Huh. I tapped into Discord and just got some very good news. That's what I'm talking about. Bry Guy Games, thank you for the follow, sir. So, question for chat: is there a decent way to level tinkering from 250 to 300 that doesn't involve farming tons of Sunshard ore? No. I forget what I was even looking at Discord for. I was distracted. I have the attention span of like a gnat. A gnat. I'm kind of bored of this Rahotep camp already. I'm trying to think of where I leveled. I think I leveled like on some dumb shit in the Karanas on my original Paladin. I did a lot of Unrest, but that might have been later. Two days, 8 hours, and you're level 28. Oh man, these are like 90% zombies. Guards aren't even gonna fight them. $56 hours and you're not level 30 and you're using like one of the most optimized leveling methods of all time. Ranger progression, Slazik. You've got to get your Dark Cloak of the Sky. You got to get Ariadriorn. You've got to get what is it? The Wind Striker. All that's during Classic. Ariadriorn is way cooler than the Epic. In fact, I think a lot of Sky weapons are cooler than the Epic. I have a strong desire to not kill these 4 zombies right now. I don't think I can use the Magus, right? I gotta do like the stupid little quest first. Hail. You can send me to Nadaria's Landing. But why not the rest of the places? All right, let's go to Timby, baby. Level 16. Where do we want to go? What would be a cool thing to do right now? South Row. Half of the camps that the Magus can send you to are literally connected. South Row, Common Lands, and North Row. It's 50% of the places I can go in terms of camps. You should... Vortalis, check this out, dude. Lion's Den just told us it took him 56 hours to get 28 levels. You should play a halfling. If your class can be a halfling, be a halfling. 5% is a huge chunk of that time. Like 1 through 50, probably level 40 is the halfway point. You know what I mean? He's not even halfway. It's gonna be like 150 hours to get 50. Later, Slaz. What level do I get IVU? 17? I think it is slower than P99. Pretty much nothing in Everfrost. Too high for Black Burrow. Time to visit Unrest. Bronze armor. Like Wrath only? You know you're too immersed when you Google bronze armor and it comes up with like real life bronze armor shit and you're like, wait a second, what? Where can I get a bronze breastplate? Mistmore? No. Front of Eye? No. Nagafin's Lair? Permafrost? Nope, 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 nope. Alright, we're not doing bronze. Dagnor's Cauldron is honestly a death trap. I should go to Kearns. Could take the boat here to Fronavi. The only sketchy part is, like, can we get out of Fronavi alive? Is Fronavi evil Fronavi yet? I don't even know. I think not. Fall's scary, dude. Gonna catch a fear in there. Be toast. Yeah, eventually the zone for Onavi is taken over by the evil team. What time is it? 8 p.m. baby. Let's go. That's an expansion thing. At some point, Fronavi was taken over, kind of like Grob was taken over by the Froglocks for a while. My goodness, Ominous, you genius. Listen, I'm not a smart man, okay? I think Drogmore are really cool. And I like that they released an X-Pack that was kind of like a mid-tier X-Pack, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not for high-end raiders. The ring events and stuff were all pretty cool. The zones in it, I enjoyed. The pirate theme was dope. Maps were cool. Maps are less cool now, but remember when Legacy of Yakesha came out, it wasn't just like, oh, hey, here's a pile of maps. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I can be a cartographer. You had to like click your little shit and run around the perimeter and like make notes on it. Is LOY when the raid tool actually came out, or was that, I think it was during POP, the raid tool came out. When I was young, I used to do this thing all the time where I'd be trying to get to Unrest and somehow I would run past it. Like, I think I'd be too high up on the wall and I'd just run right over it. An Aqua Goblin Title Lord hits you for 56 damage. Uh-oh. Nightmare mode. Absolutely. I think that's how like everybody I knew traversed the zones. Straying from the zone wall was just certain death. Oh, you did the interior? That's scary, man. People swim right up out of there. Nab ya. Kith was like the #1 zone for that too. Yeah, like get on the zone wall or you're dead. And you're like, wait a second, this works in every zone. Goblin Bosun. Who cuts the grass here? Yeah, you actually can. There's a wolf that walks up the wall on one spot and can aggro you, and then you get destroyed. You have to know roughly where he goes and then watch for him. Holy shit. Max, I swear I'm not following you around on purpose. We're both just on a quest to slay the undead. Alright, Zaide, time to use your buffs. I wish Death Beetles didn't assist, or I wish they were undead. I think even though I hit way harder than this Ward Undead, it's still like a DPS boost because it's like pretty consistent damage, especially once I stop fizzling it. 62 evocation, still not there. Gave me an alteration skill up. The buff? I remember on PvP servers, mages used to like hide in here, and they could like bolt you through the grass. Those were the days. That was back when the mage bolt line also looked like they were fucking Goku, just shooting like ki blasts at people. They're super cool. You guys remember that? It was just like this big orange thing that came out and shot, and you watched it go all the way through. Now it's just like this little ball. It's kind of sickening that it took until Legacy of Akesha to have a guild window. Like, who's in your guild? I don't know. How do you manage that? I don't. Oh yeah, armor die. Before that, the only way to dye shit was find plate armor, right? Only plate could be dyed. Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down my spine. Yeah, I mean, you had to do that kind of stuff, right? Because there'd be like 50 level 1 spies you didn't even know about sitting anon in some zone somewhere. Oh, what is a ghoul basher? It looks like it's going to be a bad time for me. Lull. Ah, he resisted lull. Oh, it wasn't a critical fail, though. It was like a lucky resisted lull. Cool. Is he just like pathing a square around here? Oh, hey, what's up, dude? I can't kill that thing. He will eat my lunch. Alright, we're just gonna go down to the basement. Darkbone, I could take that guy. Max's place cleared out. Oh, not up here though. A skeletal monk. Back outside we go. It's weird that I can't cast Yelp while I'm moving. Like, I'm just yelping, right? It feels like something you could definitely do while mobile. I think he does too, yeah. Oh, okay, now we're gonna do it like this, huh? Didn't want a 1v1. We gotta get, it's gotta be jumped every time. You guys are both gonna die. Let me put on my real gear. They don't know that I took the feat blind fighting at character creation. I wish I could still taunt through walls. Who ruined that? I did ruin it. Well, you know, I didn't make the fix. I think Pip ruined it. I just showed him. Is this engaging gameplay for you guys to watch? This dark screen? Gamma, 100%. Increase windowed gamma. Okay. Enable everything. Sir, I'm solo self-found. I cannot take your glowing lightstone. I appreciate the offer, though. I'm not convinced that this actually does anything. Like, nothing changed. Cool. I'm encumbered. What did I loot? My Yelp wore off, so I'm encumbered. Kill me. The cloth cape pushed me over the edge. Rusty longsword. Time to go. 8 pounds of rust. Seriously, Crepulent. By the way, good to see you, dude. Have you settled on your 8th class yet? Good thing the inside of these hedges is well lit. A tormented dead. No. Don't do that. Don't do that dumb pathing shit. Now I have to deal with this beetle because you don't know how to walk in a straight line. Very true, Locket. Back in the day, if a mob gated, you're just like, do I think I can get a camp off before the death squad arrives at my camp? I don't want to fight you, Death Beetle. I'm not really equipped for this kind of thing. Once we turn 30, baby, this class turns into the Juggernaut in here. What level is Instrument of Knife? 26. Undead Knight of Unrest is level 28. I wonder if I can do an Undead Knight of Unrest without Expulse Undead. I'm inclined to think no. Yeah, Nuker, I would love to hear your story. Let's do it. Night Froglock. Good luck with your duo, dude. Let's see. At 23, I get a Hammer of Striking instead of a Hammer of Wrath. It's 629, so nice ratio. And Bane 4. That'll be really good. With that and Instrument of Knife, I'll probably be able to do the Undead Knight of Unrest before Expulse. Now we have IVU, baby. What level is Root? 19. Unscrewed, thanks for the sub, dude. Very much appreciate your subscription. Yeah. Nuker wasn't in the best guilds, so they did pick up fear raids, and you were breaking fear. The method you used to break into fear was everyone in zone, in at once, run to the north safe camp. Holy shit. That's crazy. The north camp? Like, you're like, it's pretty far. I'm used to like the west wall or the southwest corner. Where should you go, Miko? At 14, you should go to Unrest on Oakwind, and then when you're done with Unrest, go to Soleil. Go to Soleil at like level 20. 22 maybe. So you made it to the safe camp all the way in the north. Turn around. Do your thing. The Darkbone skeleton. Oh. I haven't played it at all yet, Unscrewed. I want to eventually, but it's going to have to come after I finish Armored Core and Starfield now because someone purchased Starfield for me. Those guys are probably going to path right back in the front door. Nice. Oh, that's dope, dude. He missed you while you were sitting. That's actually pretty crazy. Very lucky. Were you a Paladin nuker? Yeah, but I'm dumb, Chinchilla, and rather than like just take some time and like play games I want and stuff, I decided like I would make more guilds and stream and do a podcast and write a book. Because if I don't have some like pressing commitment, I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah, I see. That's pretty dope, dude. Maybe Brad just smiled on you that day, you know what I mean? Oh, I have my stupid axe equipped. The undead should all get weaker and stronger, like at day and night here. I don't know if it's Golden Era, Doc. Have you looked at 1998? Oh man, it would be amazing if healing spells hurt them like Final Fantasy Tactics style. Just throw a Phoenix down and watch it just die. Nah, healing spells don't hurt them, only like undead specific nukes. 1998 video games. Let me go over the 1998 video games list, okay? Metal Gear Solid, Half-Life, StarCraft, Ocarina of Time, Crash Bandicoot 3, Banjo-Kazooie, Baldur's Gate Original, Thief, Tomb Raider 3, Parasite Eve, Xenogears, Fallout 2, Resident Evil 2, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Mario Party 1, Turok 2, Sonic Adventure. I'm gonna die over here listing stupid games from 20 years ago. Spyro the Dragon, Medieval, Heart of Darkness, Gex, like nothing but bangers. Pokemon Yellow, Tenchu. There's not a dud on the list, my man. Brave Fencer Musashi was dope. Oddworld, Abe's Exodus. I don't remember if that's the second or the third one. 1080 Snowboarding, Twisted Metal 3. I mean, like 1998 I think may actually be the best year in gaming history. And it was 1 year before EverQuest came out. So you really got to soak it all in. No distractions. No mana stones to camp. No fear raids. Simple, defiant cloth cap. You're telling me that this guy had Flowing Thought 1? That's not fair. Yeah, Turok was the game with dinosaurs. 1080 Snowboarding, right? There you go. I think 96 was a killer year too. Let me pull it up. Yeah, check out 1996. It's not as good as 98 in my opinion, but it's still a banger. Mario 64, Quake, Resident Evil 1, Command & Conquer, Pokemon Red and Blue and Green, Super Mario RPG on the SNES, Mario Kart 64, Shadows of the Empire, Star Wars game, Wave Racer 64, Daggerfall, the Elder Scrolls game. I think that was number 2. Civ 2 came out, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, Tomb Raider 1, Crash Bandicoot 1. Diablo. Fucking Diablo. Panzer Dragoon 2. It was a good year. 97, I think, was Final Fantasy VII's year, right? Oh, God. Yeah, dude, 97, actually. Get ready for 97 to blow you away. Ready for this? 1997. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. Star Fox 64. GoldenEye 007. Diddy Kong Racing. Final Fantasy VII. Fallout 1. Turok 1. Age of Empires. Quake 2. Grand Theft Auto 1, Mega Man Legends, Tomb Raider 2, Mortal Kombat 4, Mega Man X4, Crash Bandicoot 2, which is, in my opinion, the best Crash Bandicoot game, Tekken 3, Ultima Online, jeez, what else is there in here? Yoshi's Story, Sonic R. That game is only so-so. Man. So I think like basically 1996 to 1998 was the best time to be alive. If you died in the year 1999, you lived a good life still. What's hitting me? Stop it. A tormented dead. You're gonna pay for that. Seriously, like 1997 probably hit the childhood of every single person in this chat right now. I don't remember that lock hit. I was a Kano's kid though. Twisted Metal was a lot of fun. There was another game, it wasn't on any of those lists, but I think it came out one of those years, called Loaded. I remember when the PlayStation first came out, my dad got it, and I would go hang out with him on the weekends, and he had Loaded, and it was like the first time that there was ever a 2-player game I could play with my dad, and we just sat there all night and played Loaded. And then we did the same thing with Twisted Metal. It was a great time. I used to beat Star Fox 64 every day. Like there was a summer where every day I would wake up and me and my friends would beat Star Fox 64 was the first thing we did. Looking at the trends of things I did growing up, like there was a summer where I watched the Pokemon movie every single day for the whole summer. And like the fact that I have played EverQuest for like 20 years now, 25 years, I have some concerns about my neurodivergence. I might not be normal. Oh, these are so cool. There's not enough jack-o'-lanterns in this zone. Yeah, dude. Loaded was awesome. Everything was just like a blood spatter when you were done, right? They had all those crunchy noises and stuff when you stepped through it. Yeah, Dread Pirate, you're the ADHD neurodivergent. I think that's what I am too. Maybe. ADHD has like a lot of things that most people don't know. Like you'll get into something like super, super hard briefly. Like imagine for like 3 months, you were more passionate about cars than anything you've ever been passionate about in your life. And then one day, after you learned almost everything there was to know about cars, you just woke up and you like suddenly couldn't muster an ounce of concern for cars. You just didn't care about them at all. Zero. And that's what ADHD does. It prevents you from ever like truly mastering anything, but you get really good at things very quickly. And then once you're pretty dang good, you abandon them. Some people in chat are like, oh shit, I have ADHD, I didn't know. Time to get Adderall, folks. you have some big plan for something you want to do that you know is going to be like a mountain of work, but you're thinking about it and you're like, I could probably knock that out. It's going to be easy. And like, you go out and buy all the shit you need to do it. And then after you've bought everything and gotten it all set up perfectly so you can start, you're so satisfied with having prepped everything that you no longer need the dopamine of having done the thing, and then so you don't do it. Like you want to get into skiing or some shit, so you buy like $5,000 worth of skiing equipment, map out all the mountains you're gonna hit, and then you're just like, well, I pretty much already did it. The Blood Red Harp. You know, I have the book for Talus, but I haven't read it, so I can't really tell you much about it. The only one I read was the Rogue's Passage. Might be getting this confused for a Magic the Gathering card. The one with it's like orange background in a Antonican male standing on the front. I love the scarecrow sounds. Ow! I need to read it then. I've thought about it. What is it? It's the gargoyle eyes that are worth a ton, right? It's just really scary because there's no exit strategy. You know what I mean? If I get that one extra mob that I can't handle, you just got to stand there and take it. Or kite them till the kite timer wears out. Template each, though. Every single night. Yeah, see? A lot of people are like undiagnosed adult ADHDs. Another problem with that is like I can't tell people about my plans because I get the same, like almost the same amount of joy from telling people about a plan as executing the plan. So if I tell people about like something I plan to accomplish, I lose my will to accomplish the thing. Dude, how is it still nighttime? 7 a.m. Come on, let's get some sunlight in here. God, put my stupid shield on. Hmm. $18 minutes till Lay on Hands is back up. How much do we want to bet that the mob in this corner room is going to spawn like halfway through this fight and turn it from like something that we could maybe do to something that's impossible? Really, Frank? What do you fixate on? What do you think I fixate on? Sometimes your ADHD stuff can be pretty heavily masked by a bunch of other mental issues you have too, you know? You know what I mean? Like, you have ADHD, but you're also a sociopath. You're like a cluster B personality disorder. You know, Nuker, the other day, I don't think you were here, we were talking about how a lot of the EQ sounds for the first like 2 expansions were just open. I forget what the term was that they used, but they're just open. You know what I mean? Like anyone can just use them. So you'll hear like the ding sound and some other sounds like very commonly on TV if you're just like watching random shit. So it's funny that you mentioned that. Yeah, but that doesn't tell me what you focus on, what you get fixated on, Frank. Okay. We're riding the lightning a little bit here. That fight would have been so trivial if Ward Undead did 50 damage instead of 10 or 12. Alright, let's go duck out and hide in bushes. Royalty free? Maybe, yeah. Gonna get the bottle of whiskey so you can forget. It's always gonna be there in the back of your mind. Public domain, that's what it was. I was thinking public domain. Yeah. It does feel good that I just soloed a yellow con. Oh, it's kind of like a superpower, Frank. Like, are you in control of the goals? I'm tired. Exactly. Call me Bob. Eager to start. Bored before it's done. That's why I joined the military. I needed the threat of prison to keep me showing up to work every morning. I needed an environment where everything was dictated to you moments before it was due. So everything was urgent, always, all the time. Otherwise, I'd procrastinate too much. Hell yeah, I definitely found the right place. I don't even know how you would like begin to look for something like that, Doc. It sucks because like you know the status, right? It's just like, how do you confirm it? Where do you find them? Blah blah blah. It's supposed to be morning. I feel like it shouldn't be this dark, but I think it's just an unrest thing. We're in Halloween Town. Oh, hey. This guy again. He's out of era. What is the Ghoul Basher? Like, what does he drop? Ghoul Basher. Greaves of the Haunted. Or the Haunted Stone Earring. Well, I mean, it's legit. If I kill him, I should be able to wear that shit, right? He's 21 and I am 17. So what do we think this guy hits for? Yeah, Frank, I feel you there. I cannot start something new while I'm trying to finish something else. Or the original thing is just fucking gone. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to kill that guy. Oh, okay. Actually, well, dude, I have no way to kill the Lesser Blade Fiend because I have basically 0 way to do damage to it. Damn. Yeah, it sucks. I just don't have I really don't have a good way to hurt it. You know what I mean? It's not undead, so... Lay on Hands is 10 minutes from now still. All right, we're going for it. Let's go. This guy is trucking. He's hitting me for 32 damage. 36 damage. You know what? I forgot that I was waiting. I was going to try to wait until my Lay on Hands was back up. That's what I was doing. I think I could do this guy with Lay on Hands. All right, here's what we're going to do. Did he... It landed and then immediately wore off. Well, fortunately for me, pathing is so bad here that I shouldn't really be in any danger. It doesn't look like he procs Root, despite the fact that he's a ghoul. I think with Lay on Hands, I have that guy, though. Max hit of 40 damage. It'd be funny if he came around this corner and just rooted me instantly. Oh, Jesus Christ. We made it. So 9 minutes, we go back and try this guy. We have Lay on Hands, and we've got 2 Drake potions. Bottle of Drake Breath. Should be good to zone in now. Honestly, it's a really impressive amount of discipline to resist all other bullshit for 2 years. I was trying to do that for Mischief, and I made it, 2.5 years. But it was just... Actually, I didn't even get fixated on anything else with Mischief. And I intend to be back in time for Underfoot. People just got too annoying. Frank, you need to take that energy and channel it into a desire to be the very best. at EverQuest. Thadvec, thanks for the follow. When Pokemon used to come on back in the day, and that song would start, I wanna be the very best. You know how like the intro shows Ash standing in that huge room with the light on him? I used to stand up too, like the way people stand up for the national anthem. I stood up for the Pokemon song. Oh, Point Break, thanks for the follow. All right, we have 5 minutes left. I think maybe I could just fight him and make the fight last 5 full minutes. You know what I mean? Disco, thanks for the follow. I remember Halloween 2019 is when you missed your first raid tick, and it was during Depths of Dark Hollow. Isn't it weird how I randomly, like, why does my brain latch onto that? All right, we've got 4 minutes. So I think the plan will be to lull these Death Beetles, run him to the zone line, and fight him there. Just to increase my odds, you know what I mean? It finally is like really daytime out here. Look at this, you can see. I think the nighttime hours in EQ got like extended or something. It feels like it's nighttime from 6 p.m. till 7 a.m. This waiting is taking so much longer than it should. Like, it doesn't feel like we've only been waiting for like 5 minutes. I mean, the players die. Seriously, just call me Bob. No, Maximilian, no. Why do you do this to me? No. All right, here's Unrest lore. This area, the area that we know as Dagnor's Cauldron, was always an area that was rife with conflict because it was a sacred area for a ton of different races. The original meeting of the gods after Vishan brought her dragons here to Norath occurred in Dagnor's Cauldron. It's where Tunair, Brel, Prexis, and Ralosek all came to meet and decide the fate of Norath. So everyone who worships them considers it a sacred place, and they all fought over their race's presence in this area. Eventually yeah, the Velious Dragon, where's Charlie at? Eventually a priest of Quellius came here seeking to reduce the conflict, you know, because Quellius is the goddess of tranquility. So he came, he made a little place, and at first it was like ridiculed, but then it kind of caught on, and people realized that, you know, it was kind of nice, right? Having this shrine where you would come and you wouldn't fight, even if your like mortal enemies were there, and it improved the whole area. And it literally just lasted until the dude died naturally. This guy had a stone gifted to him by Quellius. It was him or maybe the next guy. Either way, Quellius eventually gave them a stone, a hearthstone that would have a magical protective barrier around it, around the manor and the temple, so that evil forces, not just evil, but forces which sought to do harm to the people inside, couldn't enter. Anyway, after that first priest of Quellius died, lived his life, another priest was inspired to come here. But this guy wasn't just like an ascetic of Quellius. He had like a family and everything, so he was rich. He came out, he had them build this whole manor. It was built on top of the old temple, so that's why the basement, if you look at the basement, it's like a different kind of stone. It's all rough and stuff. The basement is the original temple. This was built on top of it. And that guy established this area here, the resting place or whatever it was called, I forget. Anyway, eventually this necromancer named Tintrogen wanted to come in here and kill everyone because, you know, the priest of Quellius was once again being really successful. But he couldn't get in because of the magical spell that was protecting their area. So he devised a way that he could come in and kill everyone and destroy this place. And what he did was he entered the body of someone else. That person was Garanel Ruxiv. And he killed Garanel's family and then came here with him and entered the area. And since Garanel had no ill will towards the people here, he was able to pass that barrier. And then in the night while everyone was sleeping, he massacred everyone here. And Quellius was so upset that she like cursed him to undeath, Garanel Ruxiv that is, not even realizing that he was possessed by Tintrogen. So he got cursed into undeath for all eternity. And the people here were eventually raised later by a priest of Kazakh Thule that came here who was attracted to the undead. So that's kind of how we got to where we are right now. For his part, Tintrogen is sort of still stuck in Garanel Ruxiv. It kind of backfired on him. And his original body, which he intended to return to, just kind of rotted out in the Butcher Block Mountains while it was waiting for him to come back. And that is the lore of Unrest. Zygor, what's up, dude? Well, I'll get level 20 eventually, DM, okay? We're gonna get there. I just need this ghoul to path away. Why are you even standing there, ghoul? What in the world? Don't worry, Zygor. Someone will request it every stream. Yeah, you still... Actually, I don't even know. I don't think you need to get a magical weapon anymore on these servers. Hey, can you path, dude? Like, what are you doing here? Oh, love it. I'm gonna get swarmed by beetles. You can shove this root up your ass, cool. I do have magical weapons though. I have a magical summoned hammer with Bane Undead, and I have a polished granite tomahawk. Yeah, I think it would be a little less interesting. All those little quirks are kind of what make it special. It's gonna be cool when that level 21 ghoul aggroes through the door while I'm rooted. Can't wait. Got a whole host of death beetles on me now. I really appreciate you proccing root when you're at 1% health, dude. Imagine. Honestly, like, early in EQ servers, LDCs are a fucking menace. When you get to those camps, they have so much health, they hit really hard, the dot is powerful. It might be one of like for non-named group mobs, things that you are meant to grind on, LDCs might be like pound for pound the hardest thing in Classic. Maybe like the Enchanter Knolls in PA 1.5 that just like mess your whole group and then lose aggro and come back and remez you every time someone breaks, and they like soft lock EverQuest for your group. Maybe they're worse. Basilisk enemies are pretty tough too when they hit you with those stuns. Very Stone Spider-esque. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's a harder group mob in Classic than LDCs, right? Meditate faster, please. LDCs, lava duct crawlers. Yeah, Doc. Sonic bats can stun, yeah. Sonic bats don't have that HP pool though. They don't hit as hard, they don't have as much HP, and they don't proc a big ass dot. Every time you do LDCs, at first you're like, the LDC pet keeps proccing its dot, we can't mez these things anymore. As soon as it comes in, immediately LDC procs dot. Now nothing in camp can be mez. Great. Right. I mean, I guess with that thing dead, it's just still risky. I should take things to the zone line. This guy's hanging out underneath the sidewalk here. The guano harvester. The poop gatherer. My goodness, LOL's like taking 3% of my mana per cast. Yeah, they are. The golems in the hole are actually also very challenging. Just like a million HP. Yeah, the bat's stunned, yeah. It's a pain. All right, Death Beetle. I'm going to pull something out of this house, okay? And I need you to not help. I'm trying to have a good old-fashioned 1v1. A Gahul. All right, here's my Basher. Maybe I should just lull this dude here. Perfect. Let me get a regen tick. Oh, these, I guarantee one of these three, all three beetles just sat like right on top of the ledge. Oh, they didn't assist. Wonderful. He's still lulled. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Can probably land a nuke when he comes around this corner just with the poor pathing, right? My guy is not having much problem with the pathing over here. Kind of surprising. All right, back in the darkness. Yelp. Here we go. Can I land Spook over here? He's feared. Okay. It's working. If I keep pulling him to the zone line there, I think he'll never really get outside of this tunnel. My goodness. He's trucking me a little bit, though. Right, this time, we're going to use our spare second to resolve a heal. ×2. Y'all. Oh, goodness. 42 damage. He's resisting Ward on Dead. Doesn't it have a mod? Three seconds left and dip out this way. Catch myself with the heal. Hit you with a little Ward on Dead. Resisted. We broke 50. My mana's not looking good, though. I should have refreshed y'all before I cast Fear. Come on, one more hit. Time to go. Ooh, I got an 18 right on the way out. That's what I'm talking about. Just get the heal. I think he's running slower already. Kind of odd. I can get one more heal off. Y'all. What's up, my dude? I don't think I really have the mana to continue with the Ward on Deads. What does Ward cost? Oh, wow. It's actually less than the Fear. I'm probably going just from the heals in between these things. I mean, if I played this a little bit better, I might not even have needed Lay on Hands. Looking at it now. This is actually kind of bad. He's slow running, so I'm not going to have as much distance to do shenanigans here. 3. Heal. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stunned. Oh, he resisted. Oh, shit. Right to the line. You don't waste any of that Lay on Hands heal, okay? Listen. Clip it. No respect. Laugh. Yeah, if I had just done the Fear cycle more often and earlier, spent less time like hard tanking them, I don't think we even needed LOH. I can't even wear this fucking earring. It put me at -11. When I opened up my inventory, like I wanted to see how much HP I had left. And I was like, okay, if I am at 40 HP or lower, I'll LOH now. And I opened up my inventory and it said -11, and I was like, uh-oh. Bashes and hits. 30 damage right there. You begin casting Lay on Hands 4. You have been knocked unconscious. You are conscious again. Whew. That felt good. That's why we play Paladin, man. You can't have that same tension with the Shadow Knight. I should have done a poll for that, man. Oh, Boss Hawk Flex. I see you were doubting. Yeah, he was nasty sometimes. He had like those around where he was like over 120 damage or something. Oh, Enzo, you just missed a good fight. I went to -11 HP fighting a Redcon named, and we pulled out and got the win. Not even close. There we go. Frank got the clip. Let's check it out. I'm gonna watch it really quick. Oh, he resisted. Oh, shit. Perfect. Nuker. Nah, Bob. I'll just stand there and die, dude. When we're that close, I'm taking it right to the buzzer. I knew I had the kill guaranteed because I also had 2 bottles of Drake Breath left. Oh, shit. For some reason, I thought there would only be 1 there. Once I get root, man, I'm going to feel so powerful. No, not even close. Tac P. First, the mob doesn't exist, but second, I wouldn't even have gotten that thing to 80% on Tac P. He just sent me to say hi to Karana. I came back, infused with the glory of Karana, and finished the fight. Yeah, right? That's what I'm thinking, Nuker. Like, lava beetles are whatever they're called. Death beetles in there would be pushing my shit in right now on Tac P. Oh, these death beetles. Will these gray death beetles assist him? The answer is unfortunately yes. You guys suck. I wonder if this guy gets a hit on me while I'm zoning. Will I be 100% HP or no? Yes, okay. Alright, now I should be able to get him solo easy. The true TLP experience. Does this help the player? Consider nerfing it. Does it hurt the player? Definitely keep it. I need like 120 evocation at least. Maybe it's like 150 before level 30 when I get my new nuke. It should be kind of easy to get there though. Nuker, what was your paladin's name back in the day? Penteleon. Brigadier is kind of a cool name. I mean, they're both good names. Helion Povar. My paladin's name was Geleb, or Geleb, G-E-L-E-B. Alright, folks, I'm getting kind of tired. We're going to wrap up here. Let's go rate a cost. He's been streaming for like 5 days straight. Oh, you keep the name Pank? That's pretty cool. And here we go.